How's it going, everyone? Justin Smither, the Director of Recruiting for Touchdown Alabama. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on our YouTube channel. Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Subscribers, hit that notification bell, be notified when we drop content on our YouTube channel. Today, I'm here to provide some exciting breaking news for Crimson Tide fans as Alabama just landed 2025 four-star quarterback Keelon Russell out of Duncanville High School in Texas. He becomes the Crimson Tide's only 2025 quarterback pledge, a prospect who the Crimson Tide have made a priority over the last couple of weeks, really over the last couple of months. I would say he picked up an offer from the Crimson Tide in April, locked in an official visit for the weekend of May 31st. The Crimson Tide had him on campus for that official visit, and from that moment on, it looks like the Crimson Tide took that next step and were able to get into position to get Keelon Russell, who was a SMU commit at that particular point in his recruitment. When you take a look at what he brings to the table, there's a lot to like about Russell. You're looking at a guy who's 6'3", 180 pounds, can make all of the throws, of course. See him have a nice touch on his deep ball, great ball placement on his deep ball as well, as you see him make some of those throws in his highlights that you guys are watching right now. Also seems to take care of the football. Only throw 3 interceptions compared to 38 touchdowns during his junior season. Threw for more than 3,000 yards to Duncanville High School, who plays in one of the toughest high school classifications in the United States. That classification inside Texas is filled with so much talent. We all know everyone has a lot of respect for high school football in Texas, and that classification that Duncanville plays in is recognized by many as one of the best in the country. And Russell led Duncanville High School to a state championship this past season in that tough classification, only throwing those 3 interceptions. So he seems to take care of the football, and also seems to have had moments where he stepped up and made big plays and big moments. And I think that is what usually separates the good quarterbacks from the great quarterbacks, because all quarterbacks who are going to play at the collegiate level can make all the throws, which Russell can do. If you can make all those throws when you're under pressure, when you got to continue to roam around the pocket, keep your eyes downfield, which Russell does very well when the game is on the line in the fourth quarter, are you going to step up and make a play? Can you be consistent in those moments? That is usually what separates good quarterbacks from great quarterbacks, average quarterbacks from some of the best quarterbacks that we've seen play the game of college football and football in general. So Russell brings a lot to the table from that standpoint. He's going to be listed as a dual threat quarterback because when he gets out of the pocket, he can make plays with his feet. You see he is shifty. He can be elusive. He can make people miss in the open field. But when you watch his film, you can see that he's not looking to run. He's not looking to take off unless he sees an open hole and an open gap to take off, and he's going to take advantage of it. But usually roaming around the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, trying to make plays with his arm. So I think he has a really nice deep ball. Like I said, a strong arm. He has shown the ability to make a variety of throws. Have consistently made those throws for Duncanville High School. So the Crimson Tide have their 2025 four-star quarterback commit. Now it's time to continue to build on the offensive side of football, because when you look at this 2025 recruiting class for the Crimson Tide, it has been a lot of the success have been more so on the defensive side of football. Now, I'm sure how Russell locked in. You can go back to that. You can go back to the offensive side of football and recruit a little bit more. It always goes a little bit easier when you have your quarterback committed. It is easier to get wide receivers on board, easier to get more offensive linemen on board, because he's going to go get those guys. He wants to be successful at the next level, so he's going to go recruit wide receivers that he can throw the ball to. He's going to go recruit offensive linemen that can help block for him. He's going to go help recruit running backs who can share the backfield with, grow relationships with. So having your quarterback locked in is always a huge step in any recruiting cycle, and the board was able to get the guy who I feel he basically prioritized. From the moment he got the offer, it looked as if he was the top quarterback target for the Crimson Tide. We had an opportunity to catch up with his trainer, Brad Stanfield, who actually has trained Jalen Miro in the past, and he told us that he feels that Keelon Russell could be better than Jalen Miro in the future. We all know how good Jalen Miro can be with his potential as he continues to grow as a passer. Once he puts it all together, Jalen Miro is going to be, he's already exciting to watch. He's going to be more exciting to watch if he's developed and continues to develop as a passer. He's going to be a dynamic football player, a special football player. He's going to be able to do great things for Alabama next season, but also in the NFL as he continues to grow. So if Keelon Russell can be better than that, the Crimson Tide have landed a really, really good quarterback on today. But thank you guys so much for joining me today for this video. More updates on Alabama football recruiting on Keelon Russell can be found at touchdownalabama.com. If you want to hear about more about my interview with Brad Stanfield, you guys can check out an episode of The Process that we did a couple of weeks ago where I talked about Jalen Miro and comparing him to Keelon Russell a little bit. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. As always, I am Justin Smith, the Director of Recruiting for Touchdown Alabama.